Okay. Now, I just spoke to the Sheriff's Department about 15 minutes ago, which today is Sunday. It was about, well, actually 20 minutes ago, so about 1:50 p.m. It's Sunday, March the 3rd, I believe today is, 2013.
Yeah, right.
2013. They are not making an official police report. They don't think that they are making light of kind of what you were speaking of. So try to remember where it was Thursday evening, and was it dark outside?
It was dark outside.
It was dark outside.
Yes.
And somebody knocked on the door?
Somebody knocked on the door and I got up. I had to use the walker. It took me a while to get to the door. And I opened the door and the man, there was a man there in a dark uniform, tall, well built, not fat, but well built.
Dark complexion, kind of, or light complexion?
Fair complexion.
Fair complexion?
Medium.
Medium?
Yeah. Oh. And he said, "Do you know Joseph Esposito?"
Our next door neighbor.
The man that owns the house next door.
Right.
And I said, "Well," I said, "yes," and I said, "No, not really. He just owns the house next door." And he said, "Well, we just hired him." And I was pursuing the police department because he had a dark uniform on, dark blue uniform on. And so then he said, "You're on the list for on the list that he gave for what do you call it?
Personal reference?
References, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I said, "Would you come in, please? I can't hear you. I have to turn the television down. And so come in, please," I said. And so he came in. And he said, did Joseph, and he went on with his questions about Joseph.
Now when he came in, did he sit down?
No, I think I'm sure I offered him to sit down.
Where did he stand at?
He stood right about there.
Right by the front door?
Between the front door and me. My chair.
Now when he's inside, you were able to see more that he looked like a police officer.
Yeah, I really thought he was a police officer.
Thought he was a police officer. He had some kind of badge on his...
He had a badge, but I couldn't read it. I didn't have my glasses on.
Okay.
And so he asked me if he gave about wild parties. He asked specific questions about did he give wild parties? Did he play his music loud? Was he a nuisance? I said, "Well, I don't know. I don't remember." I said, "He doesn't live there now." But the man said he used to live there. And so then I said, he could be responsible. We don't know for sure whether he's responsible for some of the problems that William my son,
that I have been having.
Yeah, you have been having.
Right.
And such as dead fish on your boats, and the anchor moves. Anchor is moved from time to time and stuff. He said, "Well, if you'd like to have us to investigate, to sign here."
He asked you if you would like us to investigate?
Yes.
To sign here?
Yes. But the only thing on the paper was the questions that he had asked me. He didn't write any of the information that I gave him about the bothering your boats.
Right. Right. Yeah. And you probably didn't remember him stopping up our storm drain in front of his yard.
No, I didn't think of that.
Right. Yeah.
And we don't know for sure though.
Now, oh, I know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for sure that they were responsible for that.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah. Now this person that you believe was you believe that he was a police officer.
Right, yeah.
Did he say, okay, because he made the indication that if you signed a paper, then they would do an investigation on it?
I felt like it was a joke, I mean a trick.
You thought it was a trick?
Yeah, because he didn't write any of it down.
So he seemed suspicious to you?
Right, yeah, it seemed suspicious then.
Right.
And he gave me the paper and the pen, and I looked at it and I said, I can't sign this.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm sorry, I can't sign
Right.
this.
And he didn't ever tell you his name?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember any.
Why did you let him inside the house?
Because he looked decent and he talked about somebody I knew about.
Mm-hmm. And did you let him in the house because you thought he was an officer?
Yes, I thought he was an officer.
And that's why you let him inside the house?
Yeah, right. He looked like he was dressed in his police uniform.
Uh-huh. How about it? Did you notice his shoes? Were his shoes?
No, I didn't notice.
Uh-huh. Okay. What color was his? What color were his pants? Iron? Were his slacks iron?
He was very neat.
Very neat.
Yeah, very neat, very handsome man.
And some kind of badge on his jacket.
On his, yes.
Did it look metallic?
I can't tell.
Like metal?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember a lot of specifics.
Yeah.
It was late in the day and I was tired.
And it was dark.
Yeah, and it was dark.
Exactly. Any words that you can think of that he said that, anything other words that he said that made you be suspicious, anything that he did, or
No,
any other
not
words
really.
that initially made you think that he was an officer?
Well, he said we hired Joseph Esposito.
We hired Joseph Esposito.
Yeah, as a police officer.
Like we who?
I presumed the police department.
He was thinking the police department.
Yeah, I was presuming that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But when he said if you want us to investigate, sign here. Already I knew he had not written anything down to investigate about.
Right.
So
What did
that's
you
what
see
I
on the
realized.
paper? Did you see any
I
heading?
couldn't read. I just saw that there were questions and answers written.
But nothing on the top heading of the paper?
No, I didn't look at that.
Okay. So initially you thought he was a police officer, so you let him inside the house.
Right, yeah.
But after a while, you felt a little bit suspicious about his nature. You got suspicious about his nature? About
yes,
how he was questioning.
I wasn't worried. I just thought he was a crooked police officer because he said if you want us to investigate, sign here.
Right.
And I knew there was nothing to sign about, nothing written down there about about what to investigate.
Right. So you didn't sign it. So what was you thinking about this person when that happened? When he asked you to sign the paper and there was nothing written down there?
I didn't think anything. I just, he got ready to go.
He just said you can't do that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but now that he left, after he left, I know you called me. I got your voicemail a couple of days later.
Right.
And you felt like you...
I was thinking about it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking it maybe wasn't something that should be taken lightly.
Right. You were thinking that somebody was impersonating the police officer that came in here.
Right, yes, I was beginning to
Some
think
official
that. Yeah.
of the government.
Right, right.
Because he seemed to present himself as having proper authority and official authority.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't remember him introducing himself.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
How tall was he?
He was fairly, quite tall.
Yes.
I would say 5'9", 9 or 10.
Uh-huh.
Very
Okay.
tall.
Yeah, I'd like to get the. I wonder if he touched anything inside the house to be able to get fingerprints.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
Yeah, he might have been careful not to touch anything.
He might have touched the door on the way out. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't wearing gloves, was he?
I didn't notice. I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.